All right, like I said, we got a 2023 World Baseball Classic. This one's a personal box going out to Meg. So, unlike those big boxes that came out only a couple months after this, they came out in early 2024, I believe. They had the big boxes that guaranteed an auto and stuff. These ones are not that, but these ones have an auto 1 in 3 boxes. There's 2 inserts and 2 parallels in each of these boxes. So, so that's what we're looking for. I'm giggling because Meg is commenting that her foster dog who got neutered today. Shout out to the foster dog. Hope he's doing okay. But she says the foster dog is higher than both of us. I love that. So good for the foster dog. And you know what? Shout out to you too, because that's awesome that you fostered a dog. I adopted my dog that we have right now. The only other dog that I've ever really had was one that I found. So I love that. I love fostering the idea. I've never done it, but I love the idea, the concept of fostering an animal, and definitely adoption. So there we go. Yeah, I adopted my dog. She was already 3 years old, so it was a bit of a struggle to get her house trained and stuff, but there we go. That's all that's in there, 1 pack. But, yeah, my poor dog was just basically used to have babies. She's a Boston Terrier, and they just bred her over and over and over again. And that's sad. So, all right, here we go. 1 pack. Looking for some global stars. I kept a couple of these boxes for this specific reason because these are fun. They may not have the guaranteed auto, but they're nice cards. They're fun. Not a great way to start with Julio Urias on the top. But there is another guy. There's this wife beater right here. And then there's another another guy in here that if you can get worse than beating a woman as a man, then we found the one other guy. Hopefully he's not in this pack though. All right, here we go. 20 cards, 2 inserts, 2 parallels. Here we go. Julio Urias to start us off. Not a great start. Pete Alonso, much better. Much better. Pete Alonso for the U.S. Oh, there's a good name. Probably the #1 guy that's going to come out of Japan this year, this offseason. Munetaka Murakami. Home run machine. He was injured a large part of the the NPB season. But when he came back, I've been kind of following along. And he has a lot of home runs in a very short amount of time. And that's going to be one of the reasons why a lot of MLB teams are going to be looking at Munetaka Murakami. I don't know why I didn't put it straight into a top loader, but there we go. That's a decent card right there. Oh, man. And if Urias wasn't enough, there's the other bad guy. Not the best. That's 2 cards straight in the garbage can. Nelson Cruz next up for the Dominican Republic. Yoan Moncada for Cuba. Mike Trout. Can't go wrong there. This was the infamous Mike Trout versus Shohei Ohtani to win the World Baseball Classic. That was that year. Eloy Jimenez for the Dominican Republic. Francisco Lindor for Puerto Rico. Edwin Diaz for Puerto Rico. Love Edwin Diaz. I like this guy. I felt really bad when he got injured celebrating a couple years ago. Yu Darvish. JT Realmuto. Stars and Stripes catching gear. Pasquatch Vinny Pasquantino for Team Italy. Masataka Yoshida. This was probably right around the time when he was making a name for himself in the U.S. Tim Anderson for the U.S. I hate that Tim Anderson, my #1 memory of Tim Anderson is, and down goes Anderson. J-Rod Julio Rodriguez for the Dominican Republic. Lots of Dominican players. There's Nelson Cruz, and that one's numbered 66 out of 150. 66 out of 150 for Nelson Cruz. Let's hope for some lower numbers than that. Lower numbers than 150. That's what we want to see. Murakami, decent base card though. Edwin Diaz again. Is this one not a parallel? That's strange that we would get 2 Edwin Diaz base cards. Where was he at? Is this maybe a image variation? It sure isn't. That is disappointing. To get 2 of the exact same... Oh, they're not the same. It's just an unnumbered parallel. Because it does have a black border, but there's no number on it. That is a shame. Well, there's that one. All right, here we go. We've got Jung-Hoo Lee for Team Korea. Very cool insert with the Korean flag there in the background. We've got a Canadian, Freddie Freeman. Grew up in Orange County, yet he is still Canadian. Freddie Freeman. I don't know if he has dual passports or not, but Freddie Freeman. Oh, and we did get an auto. Check that out. Oh, and it is a low numbered one. 5 of 5. JT Real Muto. There we go. Making up for the double Edwin Diaz, an unnumbered parallel. 5 of 5. JT Real Muto. And that right there saves the box. An otherwise fairly tame box is ended out by that. JT Real Muto, 5 of 5. Very, very cool. It is a sticker, but very cool nonetheless. 5 of 5. That's pretty cool. Saved the box with that one. Very awesome. All right, so in addition to that 5 of 5 JT Real Muto, the Munetaka Murakami base card, very cool. Nelson Cruz out of 150. We got the 2, I think they're called like Flags of the Nation or something like that. Nation flags, national flag, something, I don't know. But we got a Jung-Hoo Lee and a Freddie Freeman. Very cool. And an unnumbered Edwin Diaz, which is kind of lame. But, like I said, JT Real Muto, 5 of 5, absolutely saved us on that one. So, very cool. Very happy to do that for you. And, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. So, all right, that's it for me. That's it for our little one box, one pack rip. But we'll be back with more soon. So, take it easy. Have a good night. And big shout out, big thank you to Meg for that one. Take it easy. Have a good night.